Let's get it.
What's up?
Yes, we got our girl here, Mira.
Dr.Mira.
Dr. Mira, dentist, USC grad.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yo,
Yes.
honestly, it's to say, because, like, it's been a while, and we haven't done anything like this yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is just brand new shit. Rock with it.
100%. And Kunal is the best entrepreneur. So he's always like calling me and he's like, I'm doing this now. I have this business now. I have this business. Come through.
But we just can't stop. We can't stop.
Can't stop.
That's it.
Can't stop the grind.
Yo, so how is officially being a dentist now? Because, like, you're just straight into this. After, like, this summer was your deep dive in, right?
Deep dive in. So basically, long story short, I know Kunal through when I even started dental school. I met him through a friend in dental school, and he's just such a sick guy. Musician, like talented, really creative. The dental school types are not like that creative, so I was around a lot of kind of scientist, nerd kind of characters. So Kunal kind of like channeled that side, and we became really good friends like through dental school.
It's
so,
crazy because you have a super creative artsy side to you too. So I get exactly what you're talking about, because you can do the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So I get where you're standing in that standpoint.
Well, I feel like I live vicariously through you, Kunal, because like literally before dental school, I was a singer in a band for like several years, and it was like a metal band. FYI. Yeah.
OG.
I had my hair shaved
OG.
and everything. I'm a different person now with the locks.
Bro, you look like a model.
Aww.
Yo, you model for Victoria?
I love this background narrative.
Yo, you look like Victoria. You're holding all the secrets.
Aww. So cute. Only come here to get compliments, you know.
It's funny because Mira's like my biggest like hype woman and stuff, and like I love, honestly, the energy you bring every goddamn time is always so dope. Any room you walk into, you're always like lighting yourself up and everyone else around you. So it's always such a dope vibe to have you there. And I swear, anything I'm ever doing in my life, like Mira's always there to like just be the best like hype woman, cheerleader, support woman. And the cool thing is like you're doing such amazing stuff for yourself too. So like it's like the balance of inspiration too, which I always love. And it's funny because like back in the day, like people get jealous about that kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And especially if you're not in your own grind, it's easy to kind of get thrown off by it. But like nowadays, like I love being around people who inspire the hell out of me. Mm-hmm. Like it makes life so interesting, so dope. It pushes me to do better and stuff too. So like it's always so dope to have you around, Mira. That's all I gotta say.
I think ultimately, Kunal, like when I really like someone, I want to see them win. I don't really understand like the concept of having friends and people around you that you're low-key jealous of, or you low-key want to see fail. It's like that's not really a friend. That's like an enemy, you know, in the shadows. A snake.
And see, I'd rather have them know. I'd rather know that they're an enemy or a frenemy, though, right? Like I'd rather know if they're disguised as an issue, because then you'd be super nice. You think they're doing things in good intentions, but it's not. So like for me, I'd rather just have friends or frenemies now, because it's like if I know we're not rocking it out, bro, that's also gonna equally inspire me, to be honest, on the same lane. You know what I mean?
For sure. But I also feel like being a frenemy takes so much energy in a way. It's like it takes energy to actually like want to see someone fail and actively like do everything to try to get those people to fail like behind closed doors. So it's just like for me, if I'm not rocking with someone, I'm just not gonna rock with them.
Nah.
Like they're simply just not gonna be in my space. But the people that are in my space, I will always take care of. I will always love. I will always support. And I keep a very small little circle.
Dude,
but
likewise.
And I've learned that with age. I've learned that. What was that? What did Drake say? Something when Drake was talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
I've been losing friends and finding peace. Amen.
Oh, there we go.
Honestly, I live by that. I live by that. Like I cannot stress enough how stressful it is to have like people in your life that are just kind of draining your energy vampires, should we say.
But that sounds like a fair trade to me.
Fair trade to
Energy
me.
vampires, there we go.
Energy vampires, we are not about them.
Dude, 100%. That's why like it's always sick too, like you know when you have like I love like the social networking of certain things, like you know when you have such amazing people around you, anyone that comes in through their vibe is usually equally amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're close because of Jay, best friend.
Yeah.
Anyone Jay brings into my life is usually dope.
Jay
And I
is
respect
a
him and love him for
special
that.
man.
He just curates good people
Shout
around
out
him.
to Jay Keith.
He always keeps good people around him, and it's like always inspirational too. Back.
Yeah, yeah. No, Jay's my boy. Even the start of dental school, it was funny. There was like 144 kids in my dental class, and I got mad love for everyone. But like, you know who you're kind of vibrating with. You know, like you know who your frequencies match up with, and I think people try to force relationships with people that are on a different frequency to them. And it's not like looking at that person as, oh, that person's a bad person because they don't fuck with me. But it's like looking at that person like they're just not on the same frequency as me. But the ones that are, you really hold close. And Jay was always from the very start, like on my frequency. And day one, Jay was the day one. And then naturally, anybody who he kind of brought around me, I was kind of like, yeah, you know, like I can see even his circle. Like I can understand his circle because he's such a cool guy. He introduced me to Kanal and I was just like, whoa, yeah. Yeah. And
Dude,
then me and
the
Kunal,
synergy was just like,
Yeah.
the synergy just gets real, like
Hell
out of nowhere
yeah.
too, which is what I appreciate.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like, I think like you kind of just get drawn to certain people at a certain time in your life. And it happens so organically where you actually don't even know what's happening. That's the craziest part. Like you don't, bro, dude, I'll be honest, like most of the people I'm homies with now, like I never actually thought that I'd be friends with them.
Right.
It's weird how that happens. Like it's always like, they just show up in some way or another organically through another friend and you just start seeing them around, then you start getting close and it's like, yo, oh shit, now we're best friends. This
Yeah.
is tight.
Yeah.
Amazing. But
Yeah.
you're not like going out of the way and doing something, you know what I mean?
No,
It just kind of
it's
happens and
natural.
comes into your life, right?
Yeah, it's natural. And honestly, I'm a big proponent for everything that's meant to fall in your lap will fall in your lap with good time. Just have faith. You know, if there's something missing in your life right now, it will fill. Don't worry. Just be patient. It will come. Blessings will come. Just patience is
Keep calm
key.
and grind on.
Yeah, keep calm.
I don't mean to bring back the keep calm.
Like keep
So,
calm.
so like,
and-
tell me about how like you actually got into dentistry.
Oh,
What inspired you? Why are you rocking with it? What lights you up about dentistry?
Oh gosh, yeah. So I think me finding dentistry, it wasn't like your typical way of finding dentistry. It's not like I came out of the womb and I was like, oh, I want to work on teeth, you know? Like for me, right, exactly. For me, it was like I went through all sorts of different directions. Like my journey has been like this and this to the left, to the right, you know, everywhere. But when I moved to America, I realized being in the environment of America is you already have pressures against you because like America's the most expensive place. And I came from London, guys. So I'm from London originally. London, there's a bit less pressures. Like we have like a lot of kind of things, like we can get free housing. We can kind of sail along and cruise along without like people breathing down our neck, like bills to pay and all of that. But America is just a place you come to grind. If you don't grind here, you fall behind to a place that is pretty scary, in my opinion.
You think
Like,
the hustle culture out here is more prevalent than in the UK, London stuff?
massively,
Okay.
massively. Like I can't even like put it into words. The hustle culture in America is something I have absolutely never seen in my life. Like I know we have hustle culture in like India and stuff like that, but the hustle culture in India is more just like survival culture. In America, the hustle culture is straight
True.
competition. Like you're competing with everyone and yourself.
Especially
to
in
be
like
better,
LA,
better,
New York,
better.
Miami.
Yeah.
LA, New York, Miami,
Absolutely,
hotspots.
Absolutely. So, like, even just going to school out here, like the competition in school, you feel it. You know, like everybody's trying to be the best all the time, you know? So, I don't know. I came out here and I was just like, okay, I could be a creative in America. And like, but the thing is, I knew that being a creative would come with sacrifice, especially financial sacrifice in the beginning. And I had a lot of pressures against me. I needed to choose a career that I knew I would both enjoy, but also that was like a kind of smart, practical decision, like a secure decision, right? It sounds really boring, guys. Like, I'd love to say pursue your dreams, you know? But, like, what happened was that dentistry fell into my lap. I knew that it was, like, a really secure, like, safe career. So in the beginning, that's what gave me that initial push into it. And then when I started actually, you know, shadowing and finding out more about it, I was like, you know what? Like, dentistry is actually a really creative career in a way, because you're using your hands every day, you're doing like surgery every day, you're interacting with patients every day. There is somewhat of an element of like, you know, like, yeah, I'm a surgeon. I'm a dental surgeon.
A dental surgeon.
Yeah. You didn't know? That's what
I think there is a lot of creative aspect in that too. I think it's
There
easy to
is.
not see it though if someone's not familiar
Yeah.
with what you're doing.
Yeah.
But like, so tell us about like some
Yeah.
fun things that you can do
Yeah.
in dentistry that.
So, okay, so most recently, so it's always been my dream to be a cosmetic dentist, because I think the creative side to me screams cosmetics. That's where you can be the most creative, because somebody comes in and they're like, I hate my smile, right? There's a lot of people that hate their smile. Your job is to take them from where they are now to the place they want to go. And that's a very complicated route. It's not a very simple route. Like, some people are just like, oh, just give them like white square teeth. But you have to look at the face structure. You have to look at like how many restorations they want in their mouth, and look at the other teeth. You have to make it harmonious. You have to make it straight. You have to make it, you know what I mean? There's so many different artistic factors. You're designing a smile for someone. So I would say veneer cases are like my favorite, because I get people that come in and it's usually their front teeth that they're unhappy with. Like, they might have
What are veneer cases? Like, what exactly are you doing in veneer situations?
So do you want to know what veneers are?
Yeah, just explain it to people what veneers are.
So basically, when your front teeth don't look the way you want them to, or they might be misaligned, they might be too brown, they might have stains on them, they might, you know, be jagged at the end or chipped. In those situations, we can actually minimally just shave down the facial surface of the tooth and put like a cap on it that's made of porcelain, and the porcelain looks exactly like an enamel of a tooth. The technology these days, they've made these restorations that these little like crowns or veneers that look exactly like a natural tooth, right? Like, even from the like way it goes a little glassy at the bottom, or the shade, it's, you know, they're just amazing at it, right? And the lab makes those. So what you do is you kind of prep a tooth, you shave down a little bit, and then like, it's like an acrylic nail. Imagine it like that. It's like an acrylic nail. You're just kind of like cementing on a smooth, like, nice tooth on just the surface side, like the facial surface of your tooth. And then once you've cemented it on, it can last about 15 years, like, if you take care of it, if you wear like night guards and stuff like that. And you completely change someone's smile, and therefore you've completely changed someone's face, because like, honestly, a smile is like
See, that's amazing, because you talk about it in the creative space too. Like, people might not automatically see it as a creative art, right? But if you think about it, you go into Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people have picture perfect smiles.
right.
Every team member in Hollywood, basically, if you're doing lighting, if you're doing someone's hair, if you're doing someone's makeup, if you're doing someone's teeth,
Precisely.
that technically all counts, right?
Yeah.
You're still part of that cohesive unit. And I think not everyone might realize that that's actually a thing too. But again, people are getting like fillers, people are getting their cosmetics done. They're getting so much done that kind of goes unnoticed too, to be honest,
Yeah.
right? So it's cool that you're bringing light to that too, because it is a creative job. Especially
It's
with what you're
such
doing
a
in your
creative
field
job.
too. You're
Yeah.
picking the creative side of it because
Yeah.
you know that lights you up. So you get more excited about it.
It lights me up, because I'm such a people person, and I just love the idea of someone coming to me, because I understand I hope this doesn't come off shallow when I say this, but I understand like the psychological kind of effect of disliking like a part of your body. You know, I think we underplay that a lot in our society. We're like, okay, we all have insecurities, etc., right? So like, a lot of people are very insecure about their teeth, and you don't even realize this until you really like get out there and work in the dental field. Like, people come in and they're kind of like shy, and they'll be like kind of holding their hand over their mouth, or they'll be like, and even when like I'll go on a date or something like that, it's really funny. Like, as soon as somebody finds out I'm a dentist, they're like,
Yeah. Like
automatic
you start laughing like
reaction I
this,
get.
and you start laughing like this. You cover your face, so like people.
Yeah, it's just like an
That's
automatic reaction I get from people because they're kind of like, oh my god, my smile's
That's
not good
funny.
enough, and this girl works with smiles all day. Like maybe she's judging my smile, and it's just like, listen, I'm not saying go out and get veneers and change your smile, but like I want you to know that there is an option. There's always an option for you to do that, you know, if you need it. And if you have a kind of career that calls for you to do it and get that work done, then we can do it. And we have all sorts of options for you. Like it doesn't have to be like a crazy, you know, like we shave down a lot of your tooth. It could be like super minimal.
I do agree that I think like there's a lot of talk about like, you know, like your insecurities and you should just be proud of it, whatever it is. But I think there's certain things that if you can adjust it and change it to your liking, why not?
I mean, we're in LA.
Why not? I don't think it has to be. I don't think you have to lose your mental health over it. I don't think you have to mess with your internal emotions about it. Like still love yourself, treat yourself in an amazing way. But I think you could still go above. Like it's like dressing nice. Like you don't have to dress like raggedy, dirty. You can dress nice and you feel nice. You feel better the minute you switch out your clothes. The minute your clothes are clean, like certain little details in your life add so much value, right? 100%. Similar to your teeth. If like you start shaping out the details, like you show up as a different person. You walk into a room as a different person, and that's okay. Like not to say that you weren't a good person before. Like if this helps you elevate your vibe, elevate your like glow, like I see no issue. I see no issue.
That's such a good way of putting it, Kunal. Honestly, like you as a person, you have the freedom to make any decision you like to make your life better. And I really encourage people to do that. Like whatever decision that may be, like as long as it's safe, whatever makes you psychologically get through life in a way that's comfortable for you, just do it. Like honestly, life's too short to be thinking about everyone judging you and all that noise. Like we're in LA, you know, the way you look does go a certain, you know, way out here, you know, like there's a lot of, you're on a camera a lot here and there's a lot of competition around you. So the way you present yourself is really important. Like I'm big into fashion. I would never.
I mean, you came in with a solid fit. You got to do her fit check. This is cute as hell.
Shout out to my friend Dara. Like my friend Dara thrifted this piece.
That's super cute.
And
you're
like
rocking with
she
that.
lent it to me, yeah. But yeah, just a simple sports bra, a little bit of jewelry. Come on, it goes a long way. But honestly, like the way you present yourself is so important in how people see you. Like even when you're moving up in life, like I will say that when you are trying to elevate to spaces and places where people are more successful, more ambitious, have kind of like dream higher, are doing a bit better, you are going to see people that present themselves in a certain way, and it's not going to be lazy. It's like none of it's going to be in a lazy way, you know. So everything has thought behind it, and you know, even with your look, you wanna kind of whatever you need to do to make your look work for your life, just do it. You know, like
I think that's dope. I think that's one of those things too, where like people, you know, like the whole thing in like LA was like cosmetic surgery, nose jobs, this and that. Like, I think like honestly, rock with what you have to start with first of all, anyways. Because I think, you know, the thing is like people think that you'll get confidence out of nowhere with this stuff, but it's true and untrue. Like you still have to get your mental right. Like you could do whatever you want to your body, your clothes, but if you're not carrying it within you too, like it's not the same. You see people that dress so well, but they don't say a word, they don't talk. They're still shy, but they think that their clothes are gonna make them super extroverted and stuff. But that doesn't always happen. I think you still have to like do what you gotta do to look good, to look your best, but also do the internal work too. You know what I mean? Like I think that's also crucial too, right? In that whole
100%,
in that world.
100%. The internal work is number one, and that's what I love about Kunal, because I think that me and Kunal also really about like kind of wellness and like mental like taking care of your consciousness, and we have a very similar way of thinking when it comes to that. You know, self-love all the way. Take all the time you need to fix you before you try to fix other people. And I think naturally as human beings, we want to go fix others,
everything,
and we want to go fix everything before fixing ourselves, or before like working on ourselves. And it starts from within. Everything starts from within. And if everything looks perfect on the outside and within is effed up, like, no, it needs to be beautiful inside before it's beautiful outside. And then the beautiful outside looks even more beautiful because the inside's so beautiful.
100%. And that's the cool thing. I think like once you start fixing your internal, you just automatically start attracting it around you anyways. Like the people around you start changing. Even if it's the same people, you'll start seeing the mental changing. That's the craziest thing. Like you don't even have to see a complete shift, but you'll start seeing an energy shift too. When you start changing your inside and stuff, you feel comfortable with yourself. You're rocking with who you are. You got your new teeth done. You got new chains on. You're doing whatever you're doing, right? But like you feel and look good, right? Inside. You still have to feel it internally, right? And then you start seeing it around you shift everywhere too, which is huge. And people don't always talk about that. People just talk about like, oh, dude, just start dressing well. Just change this habit, change that. Like, but they don't talk about the internal stuff, which is kind of a bummer because it's like that actually goes hand in hand with it all too.
The internal stuff, I think, is something that a lot of people ignore a lot. Like, we live in a world that looks at us and doesn't hear us. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of that, you know,
100%.
Social media and everything. Like, we're being watched and we're being looked at all the time, but people don't really understand what's going on inside us. And there's a lot of people that there is a lot of darkness inside, and they constantly, even if they're working on this more and more, they're not really paying attention to themselves and what's going on inside, and they constantly ignore it, and it gets worse. And so I think that there needs to come a point where you prioritize you, and that's not being selfish. When you
I kind of want to piggy off what you just said right now about how, you know, people start prioritizing their looks and stuff, but then when you go in a random group of like new people, you meet new people, and you're kind of just energy reading people, right, versus just listening to what they're saying.
Do that
but
anymore,
no,
but
but as in like it's more so like people talk a lot of talk is what I'm saying is, but then you kind of see like once you start feeling people out, you're like, oh wow, wait, I don't think this person is doing that okay. Maybe we should kind of talk to them, help them out a different way. You start seeing people a little differently, right? Versus when someone walks in the room, they're like glowing up, they're helping other people, and they're bringing that vibe in, and also influencing other people to do the same too, right? Like they're inspiring other people too at the same time. So like you kind of notice that like you start walking in different rooms and stuff, and you see that people like might be talking a certain talk, might be doing a thing, but then it's like, are you actually good? Like no one asks about that, and that's what kind of sucks.
Right.
And like I think that's super important too. And like it's cool to have. That's why it's amazing to have people around you that always check you on that stuff too.
But that's why it's also amazing to have people around you that you can feel like you can share that with too. Because I will say there have been situations in my life, especially when I first moved to America, 100%. Like I went through some very low, dark times in my life when I moved to America. I was firstly completely away from my family, completely estranged from them. I had left all of my friends behind in the UK, so it was just me out here, and I had like a complicated relationship situation, you know, like that, you know, wasn't healthy, and I couldn't have felt more isolated, to be honest. And you know, I kind of started like opening up to randomers like in the beginning, because I was just like going through such hard times, and opening up to people that I don't think really understood what they could do to help me, and offer support. So I think it's important that's why I think it's so important to be so selective when you're picking the people around you. Like I understand that a lot of people have this attitude where they pick quantity over quality, right? And if I could go into that, I think a lot of people love to have more friends than have a few good quality friends. And I cannot stress the importance of getting the good quality friends over the big group.
It's like some people just want the audience around them.
Yeah, they want the audience. They want the audience, but it's like, for me anyway, maybe this is for me personally, but like my understanding of someone that's a friend is that I like deep conversation. Like I like to go deep. I like to talk about how I'm feeling. Like I like to talk about my emotions. I like to be like organically me, myself, and I'm not always happy all the time. I'm not always good all the time. So like I want somebody to go through the motions with me a little bit, like not all of them, but like some of them. And if I have people around me that really just don't want to listen to me and don't really want to be there to support me ever, but you know, we can party with each other and we can drink with each other and we can fuck shit up, but like,
but then you know that then you at least in your mental you're kind of aware like this group of people or for that this group of people are the real ones, and like, and that's okay too. I think like to have that mixed bag is sick, because like sometimes you want to go out too, like you want to go crazy, and there's a certain group of people you call for that, right? If you want to go out, it's amazing. You have a good time.
Stay in your lane, friend. Yeah. Every friend.
That's
stay
funny.
in your lane. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
and then like there's
friend.
homies that have deep conversations with, like you,
For sure.
and like basically any of my like close friends are like that. That's why we got the beer down now too. How to fit the vibe.
Exactly.
But 100%, that makes sense. It's interesting because everyone does have like a role they play in your life, and like it's good to identify that too, because a lot of the issues that people have is when they get that twisted. Yeah. When they think that this friend is here for that purpose and that person's here for that purpose, and then you're lost in the sauce, and then you're having an emotional breakdown,
right? Because
you know, like your relationship dynamics with these people aren't what you thought they were supposed to be. Yeah. And I think that's what's really misleading, especially in LA too. Like sometimes you don't know like who's here for what intention.
Ooh,
you're confused a little bit, and so you're always trying to vibe people out. You're like, oh, you know what? This is amazing. I rock with this person so well. We have amazing synergy. Yeah. We feel good around each other. We go out to events. We feel good. Like they bring out the best in me. Amazing. But then there's also some other people you're like, I don't know if he's bringing out the best of me. She's bringing out the best of me. Probably should keep that on the side burner. Right. Cool. Might take a tequila shot or two over there, but these are the real ones right here. Like, you know what I mean?
I love that. Just I think work on developing that sense though, for like what's good for you and what's bad for you. You know, like some people around you may be toxic, you know, like you don't want to keep pursuing those kind of situations, because it just brings more stress onto your life. It's like, okay, you're a toxic person, whatever you're doing, do it over there, like not here, you know. So for me, definitely protecting my peace. That's the
100%.
That's the place I'm 100%. In now.
100%. Run that back. 100%. Catch your zen. Get your zen. That's all that matters.
Zentist. That's my Instagram name.
It's kind of crazy.
Dr.
Like
Zentist.
Dr. Zentist.
Dr._Zentist.
There we go.
Follow me.
Plug it in.
Follow me.
It's funny because like there goes to like a layer of protection that you need to keep in your life too, right? Like I didn't realize this until I needed to realize this, where you have to like keep like a whole like energy of zen and energy of protection, where you walk in every room and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna give people the best of me, but also I'm protected this whole time too.
Yes.
Without getting played.
Have to be gone.
You know what I mean? Otherwise you get pulled out into situations where you probably shouldn't have, and like you walk out of that and not in a good face. You know what I mean? And you just feel taken advantage. So like you got to walk in with protection too the whole time. Bring in good energy, but know that you're guarded, protected. Your energy's blessed, and that's it. That's all that matters.
Blessed, energy is guarded and protected. Because remember that you're walking your own journey. No one's walking your journey. So you are your own prize. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are incredible in your mind, you know. You have to be. You have to be. You have to have that respect and love for yourself first, right? So in order to love yourself, you have to not allow people to crush you. And when you sense that there are people around you that are going to keep trying to crush you and keep trying to cut you down and criticizing you and putting all that negative juju all over you, those people need to go. Those people need to get cut. Sorry, they just do. Like, who's got time in your short little life? Who's got time to like deal with people like that? You know what's best for you, only you. Trust me.
You gotta do your spring cleaning.
You gotta do your spring cleaning.
That's important.
Yes.
Every season, you gotta make sure you're cutting the weeds, all that stuff. You gotta do it. Yeah, what else has been going on in your life that's exciting? What's any plans, any like concerts, any trips that you're trying to make out?
Well, I'm going back to London for a little bit. My sister's just had a baby.
Congrats,
So cute.
congrats.
I know.
Oh yeah, I saw the pictures.
Adulting,
Cute.
you know.
How many months now?
A few months now, about
Okay.
4-ish. I want to say 4 months. His name's Caius.
Wait, what?
Caius.
That's a beautiful name. Oh my god,
beautiful name,
Caius. Love it.
But I can't show a picture. They're very strict
That's cool.
about.
Safeguard it. Protect the child.
They're trying to protect this
the child.
They have this whole theory. It's really funny. They have this whole theory. My sister and her boyfriend. They live in London. They have this whole theory that they don't want to put their baby on social media because they believe
for the best.
They believe that when you put any photos on social media, there's like an AI scan system. And they're just like, no, we don't want to have our baby on there, like until he makes the decision to be on there, which is totally fair. The world's becoming a scary
That's kind of
place
crazy
for that.
because there was an ad that I saw, and it was about AI, and it was like a daughter that was talking to her parents and saying this whole emotional story, and it's like that wasn't the real daughter though, and it was scripted, and that shut me off, and I'm like, yo, that's scary. It's like, for example, and now there's these AI scams where like, someone will like the bots will call your relatives, and they'll be like, hey, it's Kunal, like I need money. Can you send me money? I'm like, I'm really scared. Like I'm in a really dangerous spot. Like, can you please just wire me whatever? And it's like, bro, like your parents are getting emotional about that. 100%. They hear their kid like crying in tears. They're like, yo, wait, what? Where you at? I'll send it to you right now. Like, that's just dangerous, bro. I get it. Safeguard your child. Protect the children. Like, that makes 100% sense.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, well, exactly. I think whatever works for you, you know. But like, I see where they're coming from with the whole, you know, save your kid from social media until they make the decision that they want to be on social media themselves. Because I feel like technology is racing forward.
100%. It's insane because that's a crazy discussion now too, because I mean, when we were starting off, like we were just picking up social media too.
Yeah.
But then like all these Gen Z kids, they're on it off the bat, and they're inspired by it so heavy right off the bat.
Right.
Because they see young cats, like they'll be like 15, 16 years old on social media, TikTok, whatever. They're blowing up, they're famous, and for them it's like, yo, I'm in middle school and I could be famous. Like, that's crazy. Back then, only Justin Bieber could be in middle school and be famous. You know what I mean? So like now it's like, yo, I have access to this.
Yeah.
I could be playing Minecraft and pop off, and it's like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
This TikTok stuff. I'm too old for TikTok, guys. When did TikTok come around? It came around during COVID, and I was watching it, and I'm like, oh my god, I cannot make a TikTok. Like, it's just no.
But now now TikTok is literally like everything. Like people
There's
selling
so much
products, their
talent on there.
businesses.
Yeah.
But no, what I'm saying is it started off with that, but now it's like you have to have your business on there. You have to have your brand on there.
Really?
It just helps. Like you could still go around without doing it, but it's just more of a tool if you use it that way. And then you could just push in that light. That's it.
I think Kunal's more into that
a little bit.
That world than me, for sure. I was like, okay, there came a time in my life where I made that decision to just make Instagram like my only social media thing, because I was like, if I have any more, I'll just get confused.
Dude, it's a love-hate,
and
man.
Snapchat
It's a love-hate.
at some point.
It's a
What
love-hate.
happened to Snapchat? Instagram?
Oh yeah, Snapchat kind of. Well, I think like high school kids still using Snapchat a lot. High school kids using Snapchat a lot. Drug dealers using Snapchat a lot. That's what's happening apparently.
I don't even know when Snapchat stopped being a thing. I remember Snapchat was more of a thing than Instagram at some point, because they started
2017,
yeah.
Snapchat, infamy. Facebook came and bought Snapchat. And
There you
made
go.
Instagram.
But like, dude, now there's so much spam on there where like when you open Snapchat, it's like, you know, when you go to like a grocery store and there's the magazines to your left and right with all the scammy ass articles, that's literally Snapchat. And it's like dumb cringe stuff. I'm like, bro, like I don't need to see this. Just I'm gonna take a Kit Kat and walk away. Like I'm out of here. Give me my damn Kit Kat and I'm out of here. God damn.
I don't ever go on that
I'm so
anymore.
sorry for randomly walking out, you guys. I had to call my mom back home, you know. Had to send her some money. You know, like I had to give her some emotional support.
It wasn't an AI scam, right? Like it wasn't like, like hey, don't worry.
It's good that you did that.
That's awesome.
So, okay, you guys, I just literally walked in Kunal's house and I jumped on this this thing, but I'm actually not sure where is this even being shown.
You're actually currently on OnlyFans right now. Just kidding. No. So this is basically on Twitch. It's gonna be on YouTube.
It's only
And that's it.
for fans.
The way I made you sign that
you're
paper
so
outside. The way I made you sign that paper outside. What happened was the way my lawyer wrote that up. Just kidding. Nah.
So it's live?
It's gonna be on. It's live on Twitch right now. It'll
Okay.
be on Twitch and then just YouTube and then little short clips on IG.
It's live on YouTube?
It's live on YouTube right now.
Okay.
No, on Twitch. It's live on Twitch right now. Yeah.
But you have a do you have this recorded?
Yeah, and it saves out too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just getting all the technical aspects of it. Like I need to get the
Yay.
file back from him. I need to get the 5-second clips back.
I wish we could like interact with people.
Yeah, chat, spam one if you think this is the best dentist you've ever seen in your life. Spam 2 if you think we need more iced out stuff on night shift. No,
Ice out. Let's get it, baby.
Shift, iced.
shameless plug.
Yeah.
Let's get. I need to just
Shameless
save
plug.
like your voice bite and just have it like as a button and just keep
I
playing it.
know.
Just keep playing it out.
I know.
I have no shame. And I'm just, no, I'm joking. I have a lot.
He does not. Just kidding.
No.
Nah. We got good people on us. We got dope fam.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, this platform is starting out, so anyone interested, join.
Anyways, but
Interesting. I think we're an interesting group.
no, it's good because like it's cool to have like so many different perspectives out here. Like getting your perspective on life, how you navigate through life is so dope because
Yeah.
like it just kind of paints your picture better too. Like people understand your vibe, where you're coming from, what you're inspired by. Like I love it. So dope.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah,
people
for
just
sure.
see like doctors, dentists, like they don't like, you know what I mean? Like they
real
don't
people.
even
Yeah.
accountants, all that stuff. Like people understand like people got dope vibes in these careers
Yeah.
still too.
Yeah, for real.
Like don't get
the
twisted.
Thing is, what I will say is that when I was in dental school, I think I found that there was kind of a need for everybody to kind of fit into this like perfect mold of what is acceptable to be as a dentist. You know, like a dentist is a person who's very clean and sterile in their image. You know, they're doctors, so they have to be very
Proper and like
proper.
just
yeah,
neat,
proper
and tidy.
and hold themselves to a certain standard. But it's also just like people's identity, and it can kind of get lost in that game.
Like you're a
sometimes.
good example of how having like a good work-life balance, doing things in the right
Yes.
way, not getting it
Yeah,
too crazy,
'cause
not
I'd
getting
go
too twisted.
Crazy if my whole life was about dentistry. I'd be honest. Like if my whole life was dentistry, and if I feel like anything that you really enjoy, you should still only do in certain doses, because like if you do it too much, you could just be over it. You could just be burnt out. You
There
know,
we
so
go,
I don't want to.
yeah.
I don't want to overdo dentistry. I do dentistry to the point I can handle. I work Monday to Thursdays. It's
No,
a really
we
nice
need
schedule.
You. I
Yeah.
promise you. like you as a dentist, we're gonna need you. We're gonna
Yeah.
need a lot more of you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, I'll be here, guys.
Because as like a cool
I
human
love
being,
this stuff.
as a cool, amazing human being who looks
Yeah.
like a model, I would have never guessed you a dentist, bro. Wow, that's crazy.
You couldn't tell
I
by
have
the
a wisdom
white
tooth.
teeth.
No, I'm joking.
I got you. Just get me the tools right here.
Yo,
Get it
for
out.
days,
Interesting
I
that
go-
you said that. Just kidding.
I knew it. Canal.
It's a live demo. How do you recline the seat back?
God, I'm gonna
I don't
show
even
you
know
Or
how
reclining the
to
seat
do
back.
I don't even know where Canal gets all his shit from. Honestly, I walk in here. He's got the whole podcast set up here. He's
This
got-
shit just shows up. This
Just
just
shows
it just
up.
shows up.
This chair's proper gamer chair. Right here.
Boom, we're here.
100%.
Speakers in there.
No, we ain't there yet. No. Speakers right here. Speakers right here.
That's the next level. Put speakers in the
Oh my
Next
God.
It's
level.
over. It's over.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Cool.
But how do you like being
Yeah.
a dentist so far?
I love it. It's my passion. And honestly, like since I it fell into my lap,
Right.
the more I learned about it, the more I just enjoyed learning about it. And I didn't realize that I could find something like that, because I think I was a very confused kid that was like, I don't know what really excites me. You know, like singing excited me, but and really creative stuff excited me. But it was just like I never thought I would be excited by something I would do in my career. Like a lot of people are very uninspired by what they do. It's really sad, actually, you know. But for some reason, with dentistry, looking at it on paper, it sounds really like boring or gross or whatever. People that aren't dentists see it. Yeah, they look at it. They're probably like, oh, I can never do that. I can never look in someone's mouth or deal with blood and spit and all that stuff. But
all in the same substance.
I just love it. You know, like the way I look at it, the mouth is like my playground. You know, like.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds wild, right?
Clip that, chat.
Yeah, the mouth is my playground. Because honestly, no, okay.
No, but go on.
Not in a
run it up.
sexual or whatever way.
Go.
But
Full sense.
but I know everything about the mouth, guys. Like when someone opens their mouth, literally the gums, the saliva, whatever. Like I know everything. I know everything about it. I can tell you what's up from start to finish. I can tell you what you need. I can tell you how to get from here to the result you want. Your mouth is your entrance to your whole body. Think about that. Okay? Whatever you're breathing, whatever you're eating, whoever the damn hell you're kissing. That is, you need to understand your mouth picks up everything. And so a dentist is that person that deals with that place where that needs to be healthy. That area needs to be healthy. Trust me. And we dentists, they pride themselves on making that area healthy for you.
That's a really cool way you put that, though. That's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard it like that, and thank you for that. That's really dope. That's really dope. Damn. Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Just curious. Like,
Yeah.
And so if you come across like any tough customers, if you will, right? What is your favorite way of patience?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm into sales.
It's
like
okay. It's
customers.
okay.
It's like a
It's
niche.
okay. Common.
What
mix-up.
is your favorite way of bribing them to get them
Bribing.
Because like some dentists give you like a
I don't
lollipop.
bribe.
And some
yeah.
give them like a chocolate bar.
Oh,
some-
you're talking
some
about- are you
give,
talking
like,
about the
toffee.
kids?
Yeah.
The kids. I don't really. I would
Favorite
say.
deterrent.
I don't think I've ever actually bribed the kids. I don't think
Dang.
I've ever actually done that.
They just
No.
like you like, damn, bro, you just built different, I guess.
Oh no, I don't know. Because I like when I first started working as a dentist, I was working in like a pediatric, like just kids practice for a while. I left that practice because truthfully, it wasn't really my thing to work with kids strictly. They have a whole different set of teeth, by the way. They have like baby teeth. So baby teeth are a lot softer and then they don't mean as much as your adult teeth. Your adult teeth, you only get one set.
Yes.
Your baby teeth, if you lose them, it's not the biggest deal because you got the adult tooth right under it, right? So with kids, it can be a lot for kids because firstly, kids don't understand what's going on. So when they come in, half of them don't even know what they're there for, what they're doing there. And then suddenly, you're doing treatment on them, and treatment is intense. We have to, numb them, which means injecting their gums, with anesthesia. And that's painful, and, they stress out about it. So you just have to, right, well, you have to use certain distraction techniques. Like, what I do is I don't say certain trigger words. Like, I never say the word pain. I never say the word blood. I never say the word needle. I never say sharp. I never say something like that. I have different code words. Like, for example, I'll be like, we're going to freeze your tooth now.
Dude,
Cool.
That's fun.
That's fun.
That sounds
And we're
fun.
gonna
Okay.
freeze it. We're gonna freeze it, right? Or we're gonna take the buggies out of your mouth. The
Okay,
buggies
that's
are
cute. All right.
eating your
That's cute.
tooth.
All right.
Like we just use certain code language, and like for them it helps, because like they don't want to hear, certain things. Kids listen to everything. They do.
So would you rather want to work, would you rather prefer working on kids for dentistry or adults?
Adults, 100%.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
you can just go straight in with just go drill it in.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
Knock it
Yeah.
out.
punch your hole.
You gotta say anything.
Because I think ultimately, I think my number one skill is communication.
Okay.
That's actually my number one, I would say, above everything. I just really enjoy talking to people and communicating and speaking. So when there's a kid, it's hard to communicate with a child. It just is, you know, like you have to kind of, some people are very skilled at it, and I would pride myself on saying I'm okay with kids. I'm not the worst. Like I can actually
it'll be great.
comfort them, and I'm used to them. But I prefer an environment where I can actually like articulate myself and tell somebody like what I'm doing. And that's why I love working with adults, because it's like they come in, and sometimes I deal with really difficult patients, guys. Like it's not always like, you know, people that come in and they're just ready for it, you know, like there's some people that will literally like, you know, sometimes the biggest guys will just like break down in tears when they see you.
Oh, no way. It's like,
oh yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh yeah.
No
The
way.
biggest
That's
guys
hilarious. Okay.
have been the biggest crybabies.
Oh my
FYI.
God.
FYI. And I've had like small teenage girls that are just like, you know, super like tiny or whatever. They just like, I can just give them a big block and they don't flinch. They don't even flinch.
They're champions.
Champs.
It's funny though. Okay, so
Champs.
there's different types of pain that hit worse, and like tooth pain is like, it's one of the top tier. Teeth pain, teeth pain. But like teeth pain, like it hurts, bro. Like tats not as bad. Eyebrow threading hurts. I'd put like teeth pain, eyebrow threading, tats. 100%. Bro, it's because it's on your, again, if you're getting a face tat, different story. I'm talking about regular tat, but like when you're getting your eyebrows threaded, it's right next to your eye, so you kind of just tear up a little bit, right? Naturally.
See,
But like teeth pain is like my top tier. I cannot do that. I cannot do
But
that.
when you say teeth pain, do you mean teeth pain when a dentist is working on you, or teeth pain before the dentist works on you, and it's like you got the tooth pain because
Like the post pain too. The post pain, if they pulled something out or the numbing
yeah.
effect goes away and it starts hitting,
yeah,
that was not fun. That was not
Yeah.
fun. Like if they remove teeth and stuff, or I think, what is it,
Yeah.
the wisdom teeth when you get pulled out too?
just make sure you're not out here smoking weed after you get extractions, guys.
Oh.
Why is that not okay?
Because you get dry socket immediately.
One would think that would be something you'd go towards to
No.
ease the pain,
No,
and now you're saying we can't do that.
you can't smoke it.
Okay.
However else you
Okay, good to know. Okay, no,
take
good to
it.
know. Good to know. But just for
Whatever,
anyone
I'm
out
not
there,
here to judge
anyone
you.
out there doing their thing,
Okay.
But don't be smoking.
edibles is the way to
after-
go for that.
Don't
Post
be smoking
post
after
teeth pain.
extractions.
So
That's how
only-
you get that pain and dry socket.
Only no inhalation. Only.
Yeah.
Only.
The smoke,
Okay.
the smoke agitates.
Oh yeah,
the
you can't
tissue.
even, like when you suck in air when you have when you just got a procedure done, that hurts too because it's all
Yeah.
sensitive, right? Okay, that makes sense.
I'd
okay,
be
that's on
prepping
brand.
Tylenol, mix that shit.
That's on brand.
No, this is good. I mean, not that I don't.
Post. That's not your go-to after you just get your teeth yanked out.
No, not at
Okay.
all.
Anyways, well, that's okay. So I learned some brand new information today. That was exciting. That was dope. Honestly, so happy to have you on here because
Of
I feel
course.
like,
I'm so
again,
happy
like
to be
I love talking about the stuff that, like, you know, lights you up, because the perspective that you bring to stuff is so important for other people to hear too, because some people, especially who are trying to get into that world, and they might be on the fence about it. I think it's really cool that the stuff that you talk about can really help someone navigate around their life, and maybe they understand if they actually
Yeah.
want to do it too. You know what I mean? Because
Just know whatever you want to do, okay? Don't lose your identity in it. That's my biggest advice. Like whatever you want to do, don't
Amen.
make your career your entire identity. You were a person before your job. Remember
Amen.
that? So I think the way, and don't be worried about how people view you. Like I've had so many haters in my journey to become a dentist. I'll tell you that right now. I've had so many people hating on me. Like you wear too revealing clothing, or like you say too much, or you swear too much, or whatever.
Amen.
If you're on a journey to be successful, none of that chat means nothing. I promise you.
Amen.
Some of the most successful dentists that I meet, by the way, you will be very, very surprised at who they are behind closed doors. They are most certainly not these square individuals. They're people that think outside the box. They're people that have way more of a creative mind than you think. They're people that are a lot more global, a lot more worldly, and are just a lot more wise. And, you know, I think a lot of people think that you have to act a certain type of way, but you don't. You can act the way that feels comfortable to you, you know?
Man, I love that. Hey, yo, shout out Dr.Mira. Yo, shout out. Thank you for being on here. I know it helped so many people. Always good to see you. Always good to have you around.
I've had so much fun, guys.
Love you, babe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you, Kunal.
Let's go.
Yeah.